Time now to talk both business and politics. Talk Business and Politics business editor Wes Brown and columnist contributor Jessica DeLoach Sabin join me to run through some of the big stories of the week.
All right.
Welcome. Good to see you all.
I'm business.
You too.
I know you're business
I'm
and she's
not.
politics.
Okay.
All right, so I'll come to you first, Mr.
Okay.
Businessman here. Your big story of the week is what?
The changing face of manufacturing. There was two big stories in the news this week. One was Caterpillar announcing that they're going to do some cost reductions and restructuring, which means job cuts. They're going to cut about 10,000 jobs. They have a manufacturing plant here in North Little Rock, and what could come out of this is, their manufacturing supply chain is changing. They've gone through some innovations, come up with some technology changes. So I think you're going to see this happening across the board in manufacturing.
You think the North Little Rock plant is pretty new, though? It should be fairly safe.
Yeah, but they never got up to, they had planned 900 jobs in the beginning. They never got up to that number. I think they're around 600. So still, everything's on the board. Everything's on the table. And the other issue, let's go to her.
Your big story of the week on
It's
politics.
interesting there.
Jessica.
So there's a political angle to this, and it's because Representative James Sturch, who's one of the youngest members of the Arkansas legislature, has thrown his support behind something that's very worthy. So Batesville, Arkansas, that's where my story comes from. On Tuesday, Batesville, Arkansas became the first town in our country, I believe, to have, let me see if I get this right, a nationally registered shelter for male victims of domestic abuse.
Wow.
And that is an issue that not very many people are talking about, but apparently that type of abuse has been on the rise, and there is a need to be able to assist men who are dealing with this in their lives right now. So I thought that that was very worthy of the news, and I applaud the effort.
And your biggest story, okay.
Yeah.
Very notable big stories of the week,
Yes.
but you're both wrong, okay?
Okay.
The
No.
big story of the week in business and politics is the same story. John Boehner stepping down, Speaker of the House at the national level. This has huge political ramifications because I think you will see someone even more conservative than John Boehner leading the House Republicans, and big on the business side because of all the policy implications that this could possibly produce. So
Yeah.
you guys want to agree with me?
That's a
Yeah,
big
I'll
story.
give you
All right,
that.
I'm glad
A little
I
stretch
corrected
on
you
the
guys.
business side.
Oh, no. All right, we got a little bit of time left. I said if we had any time left in this segment, I'd let Jessica throw out a question to you, Wes, or to me, either way.
No, it's going to you.
Well, it'll go to both of us.
Okay, it'll go to both of you. So this week, earlier in the week at the Political Animals conversation at the governor's mansion, the panelists had to answer a question about giving the
You were one
governor,
of them.
I was one of the panelists, about giving the governor a grade on his performance so far. And I would love to know what grades you two would issue for our governor's performance.
I'll give him a grade on business, and I would say on economic development issues, he's doing pretty good. I would say a B+, A- in that range. He's done pretty good on economic development issues, got out in front, been a real advocate for business, so I think he's done a good job.
All right, so he's about at 59% in his favorable rating, and a 59% is an F, isn't it, I think, if you were to get 59% on anything?
Yeah.
But his unfavorable is about 12 or 13%, so that probably props him up there a lot higher. I would say politically, he's definitely in the low A range. There's room to grow, but
Right.
I think he's done almost as well as BB with some of his numbers in that respect. Just in terms of execution,
Yeah.
I'm going to give him a C. C plus maybe.
Okay.
He's botched a few things politically that I think in terms of the
Medicaid.
legislature and some
Yeah.
things that could be done, the Medicaid situation. But he has handled some economic development as well as some other issues with a certain amount of ability to really navigate some tricky waters. And he's stood up for a few things like the private option that, I think some people on both sides of the aisle would applaud. All right.
Great.
Good question.
Hey, he's averaging a B now, if you factor in our grades.
John Brummett was one of those panelists too at the Political Animals Club, and he said that he gave him a report card first of all,
Yes.
but it was an incomplete was the big one.
That's right.
Because all the task forces to do things.
Right.
All right, Wes Brown, Jessica DeLoach Sabin, thank you both for being here. Appreciate
Thank
you. All right. You can catch their work on our website at talkbusiness.net, by the way. A quick word from our sponsors, and we're going to take a road trip, as in how to pay for Arkansas highways. It's a big debate at the Capitol. My three roundtable guests, Chris Feline, Shannon Newton, and Craig Douglas, all have a vested interest in the outcome. We're back with them right after this.